point, the guy starts shouting, "Get in the car! Get in the car!"
Hi! Oh my goodness. That's the money shot right there, Max.
So today I'm going to tell you the story of how I was nearly abducted in the USA. There's a more grown-up term, human, but we're going to say kidnapped because I don't know how YouTube feels about that term. So going into this, I know a lot of you guys have asked me before, when I visit the USA, do I feel less safe than I do in Europe? And here's the thing, you're always going to feel more safe whether you are or not in a place that you're familiar with. It doesn't mean something is less likely to happen to you, but you know, when you're familiar with somewhere, you think you're fine and you know everything. So of course, I'm going to feel a little less safe when I'm somewhere that isn't home. Plus, the USA is way bigger than anywhere I live or have lived. So yeah, it's like more daunting for sure. However, I did grow up in a city myself, Dublin City, and like bad things do happen there. I did a video a couple of years ago about crime in Ireland versus the USA, and my biggest discovery when I was researching it was the fact that Ireland has way more opportunistic crime, whereas the USA has a lot more organized crime. So for example, if you leave your phone sticking out your pocket, like the chances are somebody's maybe gonna take it. They didn't plan on it, but they're gonna just take it because it's there. Whereas in the USA, you have a lot more gangs and like mafia things and organized things. Like people have plans, like they plan to do things and they do them, whereas it's just more opportunistic in Ireland. I'm not saying one doesn't happen in the other and the other doesn't, just that's how it is. But also, because I grew up in a city, I'm a little bit savvy to like scams and things. I like to think I am. I know I'm not like the most worldly person in the world, as you can see on my channel, but I do have a little bit of, what's the word? Awareness of my surroundings at all times. I think that just comes inherently with the fact that like if you grew up in the city, and every city has like its scams. And the very first time I went to the USA, I remember I encountered a scam right away, and I was with my then boyfriend who was a country boy. He did not see it coming, but they saw him coming. Fresh meat! It was the CD scam on Hollywood Boulevard. You know, when the guys come up to you and they're like, "Hey man, here's a free CD, you know, it's free," and they like shove it at you, and before you know it, they're like, "Give me some money, you took my CD, give me some money." And I was like, "No, I don't even have hands." Like, that's the best way to do it. You're like, "I don't have hands, I couldn't take it if I wanted to." But my boyfriend at the time was like, "Yes, I will take it, thank you, free CD." Durr. Oh, Diane, you sure know how to pick them. And actually, the only other time, I think, maybe I'll stand corrected, you guys might have a better memory than me, but the only other time I think I've come up against any time of, why can't I talk? The only other time I think I've come up against any kind of like scammy, robby, dangery thing in the USA was also on this trip, which is surprising because like Anaheim actually was one of my favorite trips. But when I was visiting Knott's Berry Farm, which is a video I haven't put up yet, yes, you will be so happy to hear I did go.
This dude just like bumped into me, but like didn't just bump into me, like there was a wide empty space behind me. And he like, whoa, I just saw like him out of the corner of my eye, walked into the back of me, like the whole back of me. And I feel like he was trying to do some kind of mugging thing, but it didn't work because I still have everything. But yeah, just watch yourselves.
And it wasn't a gropey thing. He wasn't, trust me, as a woman, I know when someone's trying to be gropey. He was trying to rob me. And it all happened so fast, and he was like, "Oh, sorry," and he just ran away. And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, you should always be like aware of your surroundings and stuff. And that brings me to this wonderful day I'm about to tell you about. She forgot to do the thing, which means I have to do the thing. Today's video is brought to you by Patreon and channel membership. Like 95% of the videos on this channel. Also like, comment, subscribe, because blah, blah, blah. Algorithm. I hate doing that. You hate hearing it, but here we are. Okay, so as you guys know, I don't drive a car. So when I am in the USA unaccompanied, I have to be getting Uber. And I discovered you have another thing called Lyft. And I was going between the two because, you know, when you start using new service, you can get like money off the first couple of rides. So I was actually filming my Irish pubs video. And it was when I went to one of the pubs that actually wasn't open, I ordered myself a Lyft, and when the Lyft arrived, I noticed it did not have the same license plate as was on the app. So the app is actually pretty cool, and it's set up in a way that you can be really safe. So they tell you the license plate, the name of the driver, and they show you a photo of the driver. So next thing for Diane to check, did this look like the driver? And no, it did not. So he pulls up and he goes, Danny, because I don't give my real name on these apps. You learn a lot of things being a girl in the world, and one of the things is not to give your real name. And I said, I'm waiting for a driver with a different reg. And he said, oh, I just got a new license plate. Okay, sir, you also don't look like the man in the photo. So at this point I said to the guy, well, I'm not getting in the car. That is not the right registration. And he starts going, it's fine, I just changed my license plate. And I said, no, thank you, sir. I'll just wait for another car. And I think at this point, if I weren't a more certain in myself kind of person, I could have been bullied into getting in the car. Like, I'm a very shy person in a lot of ways. There's a lot of times I will kind of not speak up for myself, but I'm not one to be bullied into doing something I don't want to do. And I really did not want to get in that car that was not registered. So at this point, the guy starts shouting, get in the car, get in the car. So I'm like, I'm really not getting in the car. I stepped back and I was like, no, I'm not getting in the car. And I wasn't like shouting at him or anything. I just was like, no, I'm not getting in the car. And then he goes to get out of the car. So I'm like, oh shoot. And I did not have on me like any self-defense stuff, because obviously I'd been doing an international travel thing. You don't have like pepper spray with you or whatever. But I'm like, oh shoot. And I looked around and I saw in yonder distance a police car, the po-po. So I started to go, officer, officer, even though there was no way this car could hear me shouting officer from far away. But I just wanted the Lyft driver to know that I was calling for a police officer. And at this point, he screeched away. And yes, in retrospect, I should have like taken note of the registration and stuff like that, but I just didn't in the moment. So then I immediately go back onto the app to like cancel the ride or like screenshot like the driver and everything, but already it had disappeared. Like if you've ever gotten one of those apps before, you'll know that like when the driver cancels, it just disappears. Like you have no record of like what they did or who they were. Anyway, I start recording this video. I ordered a Lyft and the driver showed up, different person from his photo, different registration. He was insisting on getting his car. Use your head, don't get in the car. I said no. He's like, I got a new car. I was like, you should register it then. I don't know what kind of scam that is, but that's a one-stop shop for human. Oh no! At this point, we meet Officer Corey, who was very nice, but he didn't seem in a big hurry to go after the driver. And I guess without a reg, what was he gonna do? I was like, it was a white car. Okay, this day has taken a turn. After nearly potentially getting abducted, there's a really nice police officer, and he's offered to take me to where I need to go next. So we're gonna go in a cop car. That's exciting. Wow. Real police car, siren. And so our journey begins. And it includes a police dog, hooray. This day keeps getting better and better. This is Max. I love him. I'm in love with this dog now. And this is our nice police officer, Corey. So he says he's a real police officer and I'm not being abducted, so fingers crossed. Hi, Max. Hi. What treats does he like?
He likes mostly his toy.
What toy?
Tennis ball.
Tennis ball?
You like that, dude?
Aww. My dog does not like tennis balls, but he likes teddies. Anything that he can kill. No, right? So you're a police dog. What does that involve, Max?
He detects bombs and finds missing people.
You're so smart. Missing people? Who's he found?
Well, no one yet. He recently just got certified in human tracking. So
good job. You're a qualified college boy.
Save someone soon, huh?
Aww. Find me if I get human trafficked by an Uber. Hi. Oh my goodness. That's the money shot right there, Max. So it's just me and Max in the car. Your daddy he went to do some policey things. And it's so freaking cool in here. There is like a, what is that? Like a rifle? I don't know. It's kind of scary, but also like there's like so many cool things here. What a great video we stumbled upon. I'm supposed to ask him questions, but I don't know what questions to ask him about being a police officer in America. Look at all the buttons. You can press all the buttons, but you shouldn't press the buttons. Okay.
You're gonna flip this switch?
I'm gonna turn on the siren. Are we gonna scare some people who are?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Ready? Ready? 2, 3.
One more, and then hit this one.
The whale?
Yep.
That's terrifying.
Hit this one.
Which one? Yelp?
Yep. And then hit that one. It says manual.
Man. It just says man. Oh, that one sounds kind of sad. What do the different ones mean?
Nothing.
Nothing!
No purpose.
Okay.
Just to help get your attention.
So do you mind if I ask you some stuff about being a police officer?
Sure.
Is police officer the correct terminology?
Yeah, police officer is the correct terminology.
Or what about cop? Is that rude?
No, not at all.
What about popo?
No, I like that one.
Okay. So what made you decide to be a police officer?
I could not sit still, and I had to do something that got me out and up every single day.
What is the craziest thing you've ever seen?
Craziest thing I've ever seen? Probably not safe for camera,
Okay.
but I've seen a lot of injured people. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. What's the funniest thing you've ever seen?
Funniest thing I've ever seen.
I know I'm putting you on the spot. It's okay.
No, it's
if you
okay.
think
I
of
like it. I think I went to a call for a person who was high, and when I got there, they were naked on their roof.
Oh, did they know?
No, they did not know.
They did not know they were naked. That happens in dreams sometimes for me, but not in real life. Have you ever been scared?
Yes, plenty of times.
Plenty of times. What kind of stuff would get you scared? Guns?
Yes, somebody with a gun is pretty scary.
I can imagine. What's the funnest thing Max has done on the job so far? Or the coolest? Whatever.
The coolest probably would be when he got certified for human tracking. That was the most fun for him. He liked
Oh.
finding people.
Did he get treats?
He got lots of treats.
What treats did he have?
He got like an oatmeal pumpkin treat.
Good boy, Max. Do you have anything to say? No, he's just chilling in the back. If you could do any other job than a police officer, what job would you do?
I would want to be a pilot.
Oh, you like flying?
I like flying, and I like going to new places.
Very cool. Thank you, Officer Corey.
You're welcome.
Officer?
Yes.
Okay.
So baby, you're free, Max. You're free. Hello. Hello. Oh, what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna play? Are you gonna do stuff? Do you do tricks? Does he do any tricks?
No, just finding bombs.
Can you sit?
Exit.
Good job, Max. You're so smart.
So yeah, I was in the back of a police car. I didn't even know that was like a thing that you could do, and I got to press the buttons, and there was a dog. Best day ever. I mean, like, apart from the whole nearly getting human, that would have sucked, but I didn't, so bright side. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed my little story. Shout out to a couple of very special people.
Our first shout out comes from Craig Babbitt, and it goes out to Wyatt. He sends lots of positive thoughts for a speedy recovery and is praying that your cancer will go away. We're sending positive energy and vibes at you across the world, Wyatt. Up next, a shout out for Double Trouble, that they will pass their upcoming driving tests and will take their amazing uncle on future vacation road trips.
Wouldn't that be nice? Thank you so much, Craig.
Our next shout out comes from Jason Moyer, and it goes to everyone who has to work during the holidays. Jason says, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you so much, Jason. And our final shout out comes from Brian Ediger, who wants to shout out groups who lead small religious communities. Brian says, as a pastor, he has an elder, 2 deacons, a treasurer, and folks leading other ministries, and he knows other religions have something similar. He's just not sure what they would call it, but he is very appreciative of the group he has supporting him. And Brian believes the same would be true of all his counterparts. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. See you on the other side. Bye.